Hello viewers, welcome back to Sahara TV. Not too long ago, Ghana's biggest opposition party, the new Patriotic Party, went to Congress to elect their national executive. At the Congress, almost the entire executive was voted out. To some, this was a coup of some sort against the old order, represented by former chairman Jake Obechebi-Lamte and former flag bearer Nana Akufo-Addo, in favor of a younger team in charge. However, incoming Chairman Paula Foko's suggestion that the party may field a single candidate unopposed for the December presidential primaries has got some in the party talking and others threatening to break away. Now, joining us to throw more light on what's happening in the party is Kwame Agyemange-Budu. Kwame Agyemange-Budu is the vice chairman of the New York chapter of the New Patriotic Party. We're also trying to raise Seth Achampong, MPP MP from Praeso, to join us on the discussion. But in the meantime, we're going to start with Vice President, Vice Chairman, I should say, for the New York chapter of the NPP, Kwame Agyemange-Budu. You're welcome to Sahara TV, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So let's start by, looking at this. You went to your primaries recently, and the results are such that some are suggesting that it's a coup of some sort by the Kufuor faction. For instance, the Kufuor faction has retaken over the party. Is that what's happening in the party? Whose faction is running the NPP?
There's nobody's faction. It's the people's voice. We went to a delegate conference with the aim of electing the best possible members who can run the party. And we did get the best members. There's no faction to this. We all go in for one focus to get the best out of many.
So you got the best leaders for now?
For now,
yes. Is that to suggest that the leaders that were voted out were really not up to the task?
Not really, but we went to a voting platform. We gave the voice to the people, and the people said, yes, now these are the people that we can work with to gain the power from NDC.
Okay, so was it the 2008 elections? Your party at the primaries had as many as 18 people vying to be president.
Yes.
Right now, we're also looking at the figure is rising. We have at least 8 people that have stated that they want to be on the flag bearer, in the flag bearer slot. Why is that happening? Is this a good sign necessarily?
We have some policy in place. When 70 people stood for the presidential position at that time, the elders and the council members came together and put some things in place that if we get more than 5 candidates, they will slim it down to 5. So now, even though we have 8, going to 10 or 11, that shows that we have potential people who can vie for the position. So when the nomination is open, then we will slim it down to 5.
Okay, but that seems to be bringing a lot of animosity within the party. We know, for instance, that some people, had issues with Jake, for example, and Kennedy Japan, the member for Asin, for instance, threatened basically to launch a $20 million campaign against the chairman. It definitely shows that not everything is, picture perfect within the party. Can you address this?
Yeah, everybody has his own opinion. At the end of the day, everybody has the right to exercise his ideas or her ideas. But the bottom line is, we all want one thing in common. We want to have the best neck people, that's the National Executive Council, and we also want the flag bearer who can win the party, the election coming 2016.
Let me push you to the wall. In your opinion, who is this flag bearer?
Right now?
Yes, who do you think will best serve the interest of the NPP as flag bearer?
Right now, we don't have any person in mind. We have, like I say, we have about more than 8 candidates. We want to wait till the new executives set up a date. When they set up a date, then we will give the power to the members, over 120,000 people going to vote. At that point, we will know. Right now, I don't know who's the flag bearer right now.
Okay, but that's in December though, right? The presidential
Get
primaries
into the
is
end
somewhere in
of the
December.
year, yes.
Okay. Now, another question that people ask all the time is that Nana Akufo-Addo has had, a couple chances. Each time he gets really close to the mark, but just falls short of making the mark. Isn't it about time to try fresh blood?
If you say fresh blood, what does it mean?
I mean, a new face. Anybody other than, because the thing is that you've given him the chance a couple of times. Others, like Alan Chamatin, is waiting in the ranks for a go at the presidency.
Every time Nana comes to play, it's not like we pick him and put him there. It's always election. If the people want him for the third time, so be it. We don't put Nana in front of anybody. There's a regulation rules that we follow. If Nana is putting his papers and the constitution allow him to do it, yes. We don't put Nana. Alan Chibati can come in. Anybody can come in. I can even go in and stand in if I qualify. Coming in the first, second, and third doesn't make any difference. People talk about age. When Reagan became president, he was 77 years old. And the old, they say, no, the old people have more wisdom. Otherwise, all the judges, the Supreme Court judges, they are all almost 70 and above.
But what does it say for the young people in the party, though? Do they have to wait and grow old before they get a chance? Because if there are 18 people, vying for the slot, and I'm a young person in the party, it tells me that I'm like way down the line.
You're not way down the line. Let's see Obama. There was no line. If your time comes, if there's an election, bring in your ideas, your vision, tell the people, sell it to the electorate, that this is what I have for Ghanaians, and let the people decide.
Okay, on that, let me probe that a bit more. Your new chairman, the incoming chairman, Paul Afoko,
yes.
People thought that Jake was a Akufo-Addo person, but Paul Afoko has also stated that the party may field just one candidate unopposed for the December primaries. And if anybody says it's just one person unopposed, automatically everybody's mind goes to Nana Akufo-Addo. You think other people will be happy in the party if the whole chairman says we will fill just one person? Others would definitely be like...
I think it was just a suggestion, just a mere phrase that he put across. He was saying that, what he was saying was that let's wait till the time comes. If the time comes and it comes to a point that we narrow it down to one person, so be it. If 3 people, so be it. He's not in nobody's fashion. That's all he was trying to tell the people. If it comes down to one person and it's going to be Nana Addo, fine. It's going to be Alan Chamatin, fine. There's no side taken here.
Okay, now, Jake was a very popular chairman in the party, but this time round he lost miserably in the primaries, 66 votes.
60 votes.
That's miserable, to say the least. And then Sir John, your general secretary, he didn't really do as poorly, but he still lost his seat. Almost the entire executive were shuffled out of their positions. Isn't this, except Atiko,
yes.
who is the women's organizer, and who else?
That's it.
That's really something. What does it say, though? Does it suggest that people are telling the executive, they are telling the leadership of the party, listen, we need to do something differently?
Exactly. We put them as our heads to lead us in the fight. They couldn't deliver. We give the power to the people, make decision on them. Do you think they are good to go for the second chance? The people said no. And the people's voice are clearly heard. And even Sir John came publicly and said, yes, the people have decided, that's fine. So there's no two ways about that. This is a democratic party. We put people in front, we vote for them. Whoever wins is our best.
So let me ask you personally, if a candidate does poorly, do you blame that on the presidential candidate, or you blame that on the team that he works with, i.e. the executive committee, the executive, in place?
Come back again, your question.
If Nana Akufo-Addo, for instance, has gone twice, and he has not won yet. Do you blame that on Nana Akufo-Addo as a sellable or a non-sellable candidate, or you blame that on the team that he's working with, i.e. the executive?
No, number one, generally when you are going to a war, the commander, if you lose, it goes against the commander. If you wins, it goes for the commander. In nutshell, the executives are the main team that we have to rely on. But being the fact that Nana or the presidential candidate is the head, we all blame him to be the person who caused us to not to lose the election. But the point is, the leaders, the executive leaders, are those who make sure everything is in place and they report back to Nana. So I will personally blame everything on the NEC, the National Executive Council. Because Nana is one person, that's why he has some subordinates to work under. If they are not performing, he cannot do anything. Suppose I'm delegate to do something for Nana. Nana is one person, and I delegate to somebody to do otherwise. And I come back and report back negatively or something different. Nana is not going to see it. So it's up to the leaders to step up and do the right thing.
Okay. All right. So let me take you to a situation last year that grabbed Ghanaians' attention for a pretty long time. The court proceedings concerning the elections and, you know, the refuted, or the disputed, I should say, results and stuff like that. Basically, the NPP sued the electoral committee, the EC, alongside the president and all of that. Now, this is the same EC that came to conduct your primaries for you at Tamale. Do you trust the EC now? What's different? Is it a different EC?
Right now, there are some scheme in place that, you know, is a check and balance. Before that, were things that we ignore or we overlooked. This time around, there's not going to be such thing. Look at the way they printed the ballot sheets. They printed 4 duplicates. 4 times. This time along, we will make sure the writing is done. The EC that went to Tamale was different from the EC that was supervising 2012 elections.
Is it?
The reason why I'm saying that is because they are there for only one party. They have no choice. Like, no, there's no NDC party.
Yeah, but if the EC is corruptible, there are still factions, even though you may try to dispute that, there are still factions within the within the MPP. Everybody's faction wants to win. Exactly. The Akufo-Addo has his own team who wants him to become the presidential candidate. Alan Chamatin has his own team, etc., etc. So if the EC is corruptible, I would not rent them for anything else.
That's a policy or regulation in Ghana constitution. There's nobody that can organize election within all these parties without the EC. So there's number one, there's no choice. Number two, there was a check and balance. We make sure they do the right thing because they came to our campus, our premises to conduct the election. So we make sure everything's in place.
Okay, well said, well stated. Okay, now I know that, like I just said a while ago, the people would definitely refuse or refute it when you say that there are factions within the party. You actually started by saying there are no factions within the party. But we also had Kennedy Japan, for instance. And we know that definitely there's no party without some sort of
factions,
balkanization of some sort. How is this going to work for Ghana's biggest opposition? Because right now, Ghana is going to go to the polls in about 2 years' time.
Yes.
2 years is not a very long time.
Not at all.
What is the NPP doing to make things different from the last election?
Okay. Number one, we chose our national executives, which people admire them. Number two, we are waiting for them to settle, give us a date, and we will go for the national Congress. When we pick up our flag bearer, then we all come together as one elephant family, and we move forward. We all know our differences right now, but when the flag bearer is picked, we all come together and work together as a one team.
Okay, all right. So I was hoping that we will be able to raise Seth Achampong, MP from Praeso, but for some reason we've not been able to raise him. So we'll spend the last few minutes still probing a bit further. The NPP is a party that is born out of a certain tradition. Now, since the lifting of the ban on political parties and stuff like that, the NPP has only enjoyed 8 years out of what is popularly called the Fourth Republic under President Kufuor. Why do you think the NPP comes so close to making the mark and still fall short? You think your message is not getting home to Ghanaians?
Our messages are well said and people admire the messages. But the point is, there was irregularities by the Electoral Commission. We all saw clearly at the court proceedings whereby we proved to the whole world that there were irregularities, double voting, voting without biometric check, all kind of stuff. But unfortunately, our judges let us down. That one is a fact. Our judges let us down because they were proving beyond doubt that the election was stolen.
Is it?
It is. And everybody knew it. They all knew it. But like I said, Nana was so gentle. He proved to the whole world that how people portray him to be, he was not that like that. He said, okay, we believe he's a lawyer. He believes in the rule of law. So the judges are saying this is the right thing. He accepted it in good faith.
Okay. Now your campaign mantra for the last election was free secondary school education.
Yes.
That has been stolen, for want of a
Thank
better
you for
word.
telling that.
No, that's what I'm saying.
It has been stolen.
For want of a,
yes.
No, because
Yeah,
you
it is.
because the NPP claim.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying stolen,
Yes.
because you claim that the NDC stole that idea. Exactly. What are you going to sell Ghana this time around?
This time around, like I said, I'm not going to predict or go ahead of any principle or policy that is going to be laid down. Let's wait till the flag bearer is elected. Then we will tell Ghanaians that we will have more message for them.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Finally, how do you assess the economy right now under President Mahama? What's going on in Ghana?
Right now,
are you satisfied with the way Ghana is?
Ghana is very, very in bad shape. Look at the electricity. When he came, the energy sector, when he came to power, he told Ghanaian lies upon lies. There's going to be no lies of, no doom so, no load shedding and stuff like that. But it's even getting worse.
Doomsaw or load shedding has always been with Ghana. It didn't start with President Mahama.
He promised the Ghanaians, when they are giving him the mandate, he'll make sure that will be end of that doomsaw era. But it's even getting worse. So, and not only that, see, everything is, look at the rate of the dollar now. It's almost 3,000 to $1.
3,000.
I mean,
3 Ghana cedis.
3 Ghana cedis to a dollar.
Oh, is it?
Yes. So the way the economy is going, I don't think they have the vision to govern the whole country. He cannot. He's not capable of doing it. We need NPP with their good ideas to come and save Ghanaians from all these atrocities.
And I know I asked you before, but I'm asking you again. And what exactly is NPP planning to do differently to save Ghanaians from all that you
We
talking
make
about?
sure youth will get employed. We bring more investors. We make sure the energy sector is improved. We make sure education, which is the best and the number one priority in our agenda, give to Ghanaians children to get better education, so that when the elders are not there, they can take up the country and rule to the benefit of the people.
We really appreciate your time, Mr. Kwame Agyemange-Budu. Thank you so much
Mr.
for
Baako.
coming to speak with us.
Thank you.
And viewers, this is the beginning of a series that we're introducing to keep tabs on the Ghana political situation. Next week, we'll have in the studio representatives from the National Democratic Congress, that's the governing party in Ghana right now. And then subsequently, we'll have the other parties, CPP, PPP, NDP, and all the rest of them. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned. There's more coming.